we must talk about the star of the show 2019 Hyundai Sonata, brand new car, brand new design. I think first thing is taking a look at the overall proportion of the car. At a glance, we know it's a brand new car, brand new shape. I think overall proportion of it, once again, they got much lower, push back the windshield, and a really swooping roof line comes up a little bit higher and a short deck. I think that's kind of what's happening in the car design world right now in terms of a sedan design. Secondly, we are drawn right to the front end design. I think Hyundai has been a long search of finding their new face. I know we started to see some of the design elements from the Genesis, and also they want to make the difference between Genesis and Hyundai. So first of all, this probably is the indication of the new Hyundai face. One thing you're going to see is the size of the grille. They're really large. They have a very distinctive shape that probably going to start off the new DNA. Some of the elements you can see, I'm a little bit surprised at how sort of expensive finish they went through. Instead of having a one-piece grille, they have each bar that ends right to the body. I think these are the elements you might see in Aston Martin or even a much higher-end cars, and they brought that in. You know, piano black finish bottom, it's definitely cool, but I'm sure a lot of drivers will be worried about the chips. I mean, this is all the dirt from the road hits the first. I know probably that will damage the first, but hey, that's for the look. Some of this highlight is their turn signal. We've seen this from the YF Sonata, which was a sensational design back in 2 generations ago. This chrome piece continues, visually connects to the headlight. I think that's their signature design. I know it only lights up to here. I'm sure designers really want you to light up all the way. I mean, that probably was designer's dream. But to make it into the driving their light, they probably have to finish it here. But I think that's really a signature touch. I'm sure we will see it in the next generation models to come. You can see character line shoots up, and underneath it you have this very gentle fluctuating line that picks up and really dives down and naturally cuts into the taillight. I think that's a really smart gesture. Sometimes this kind of parting line or section can create a problem. If you look at a fuel cap, you see too much shape happening. I know they're worried about it. It really gives a dynamic gesture. Overall, I should say they were not so scared of designing this new model. They want you to use that line. They want you to go that long distance, dynamic gesture. Also, you see this little bit of body sculpting, so-called light catcher. This happens because body tucks in. Same here. So it's very unusual to see this kind of light catcher happening front and back. I don't think I've seen it in any production car in recent years in my memory. Probably one of the first cars to do so. And that really lightens up the car, brings another strong sporty character. That's really a nice touch. The rear end design is very important too, because if you're a driver following this car, all you're going to see is this 2 C-shaped line continues. They went for the very simple solution. Have a character, long bend comes around. So in a simple way that we haven't seen before, but creating a character. These are really cute. I hope you guys know what this is all about. This exists for aerodynamic reasons, because when body wraps around, wind flows, having this little miniature fins that controls the airflow, so probably air doesn't come around and mess up the rear end, and it really adds the design accent. So overall, Sonata really brings that sort of a newness, it brings the dynamic, sort of a sportiness. I think I have to give credit to the Hyundai design team for creating this kind of daring gesture. They weren't too scared about creating this shape and creating the form that will create new DNA. And I hope this DNA continues to the next generation. You know, any kind of new design, it takes time to get used to it. You know, maybe it's in the beginning, you may feel a little bit uncomfortable. You know, I have the same feeling too, but it has enough newness, interesting features, it will be accepted very well and it will be a good design in the future.